Greetings. Welcome to lesson 47. 47 is a prime number. And in binary, that would be 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. It's 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 32. Yes, it is. Today, lesson 47 is about percentage change. You could even simplify that. Remember, we use our triangle. You could say in math, we're like, there we go. That's what the lesson's about. And the technical definition that you got there in your book that I've written down here on the board, it is the ratio, that means fraction, remember, of the amount of change in a quantity to the original amount. Okay, so it's a ratio of this over that. And we're going to express that as a percent of either increase or decrease. So we're like, how much did the price go up? How much did the price go down compared to the original amount? If you do any shopping, I don't really like shopping. People shop for me typically. So if you like my style, thank my wife. Okay. She knows how she wants me to smell. She knows how she wants me to look. She'll tell me if I've got too much going on in my eyebrows, whatever. She takes care of me. So if you like shopping, and you like a good deal, this lesson is for you. If you don't like any of those things, this lesson is for you because you still have to do your homework. The easiest way to, let's get this over here. Here we go. The easiest way to do is just to throw this into a division problem. How much did the amount change from the original? Did it go up a certain amount or did it go down a certain amount? And then we're going to compare that to the original amount. So I love a good deal. I'm Scottish, so pretty much if it's not free, it's too much. But let's imagine that you're shopping for soccer shirts or football jerseys or whatnot. And those things are pretty pricey, especially if you've got like the Ballon d'Or winner, Luka Modric there or whatnot. This came straight from Croatia. Let me tell you, that is service. Okay. So you look in Eurosport magazine and you see, there's one of those things. And it always tells you manufactured suggested retail price, MS, whatever it is, RP. There you go, MSRP. And they'll say, this thing really does cost 66 bucks. We're going to give you a deal. We're going to take off 8%. We're going to take off 8%. So what would that be? We're talking about the amount of the discount there. How much less is it going to be? Well, you'd have to figure out what 8% of that would be. Well, let's just start with they're going to take off some money. Okay, let's say that they say we're going to give you $6 off, and we're only going to charge you 60 bucks for that. You would do it this way. You'd say, okay, well that was the original amount, and we're going to find the difference here. Take those $6 off. Okay. Thing was the change in the amount from the original. The change here, I guess, is we're going to take off 6. We're going to take off 6. And so if we want to know the percentage that thing would change, we got to have -6 there. It's been decreased by 6. So the math, if you're just going to reduce this down, we'll get -1 over 11, but we're going to use our calculator to figure that out as a percentage. -1 divided by 11. Whoa. -1 divided by 11 gives me a negative 0.09090909090909. If I want that as a percent, I'll move that decimal place. I'm going to call that a 9.09. decrease, percentage decrease. That's my percentage change. A negative, or I don't even have to say the word decrease. I can say a change of negative 9.09%. And the negative automatically tells me that was a discount. And everything in life is like that because people want to make money if they're in business. And so they're telling you that that thing should cost $66, but that's a load, okay? It didn't cost them that, obviously, but they got to pay people. And it did cost them something to produce that shirt. So maybe it cost them 40 bucks. Maybe. Well, they're going to sell it to you for 66. Maybe the original cost to them was 40 bucks. Okay, so now we're like, well, what's the difference there? You're going to charge me this, but really it costs that. How much changes that? That's an increase, $26. Okay, so the change from their original cost to them was that they've increased the price $26. So if we want to find out what that markup price is, we can do 26 divided by 40, and I get 65. So that translates to a 65% increase, or we could say the change, percentage change, is a positive 65%. It costs much more than it did originally. There you have profit. They got to pay those sweatshop owners or workers or whatnot. They've got to pay for electricity. They got to pay for water, whatever they got to pay for. That's the way the world works. So there's only two kinds of changes. There's increases and decreases in this world. And you're looking for the amount of either increase or decrease in the numerator, always compared to the original amount. So one thing that is going to be important for you as you read one of the word problems, is first figure out what the original amount was and just write that down in the denominator right away. Second thing you're going to want to be doing there is to figure out if the new price is increased or decreased. And then thirdly, you want to figure out how much that increase or decrease is from the original amount. And that's all that goes in the top, is the increase or the decrease compared to the original amount. Fourth, I'd say make a prediction. Okay, make a prediction as to how much that's been marked up or has been discounted. So for instance, the second example says that a music store, and you're like, what's that? You mean like Apple? What? I don't know. They used to have these things called music stores. They mark up the price of the CDs they purchase at $9 each by 70%. What is the markup and the new price? So they told you right there that they got them for $9, and so that would be your original amount. Right away you're like, okay, putting that right there. And then it says that they've marked it up. So we're going to have some type of increase up here. And they say that it's been increased a certain percentage. Okay? 70%. Okay, so now you got to do a little math. You know, I go 9 times 0.7 to figure out how much that 70% is. And the calculator tells me that, well, if you know how to do multiplication. 6.3, which translates to $6.30, and that would go up here. So here's our amount of increase, or our markup. And then we're going to do that math and turn it into a percentage. So 6.3 divided by 9 is 0.7, which translates not to 7%, but that translates to a 70% increase. So we did a few things there. The way they formatted that question is that we had to find out what the markup was as a percentage of the original amount. That's just multiplication. So what's the markup? Figure that out. the question actually asks, what's the new price? We found that the percentage of increase. Now we can either do this two ways. We can say, here's our increase. Let's add that to the original amount, and we'll get ourselves $15.30. There is the new price. But wait, maybe you thought that there's a way that you could do this faster, like in one fell swoop. They do want the markup. They do want the markup, okay? But at this point, I like to think, well, if it's been marked up 70%, the new price is 170% of the original price. That means all I have to really do to get that new price is to go $9 times 170%. You do that quickly on your calculator. 9 times 1.7, and we get $15.30. We get the same amount either way. Okay, so again, put your thinking cap on. Most of the time, there is at least two ways to do a problem. You can do it in bits and pieces, but those bits and pieces are still going to get you to the finish line. Or you can do that all in one piece, and that works as well. So that's it. You got your amount of increase or decrease in the numerator. You've got your original amount in the denominator. That will give you the percentage of change. Sometimes they give you the percentage of change, and you're trying to find out how much the markup or the discount happened to be. That's still just math. Okay, and that last problem, what they did was they told me that 70% equals markup over the original, and then they told us that the original was $9. Can you see here that if you just multiply both sides by 9, you'll get the markup? Yep. Multiply both sides by 9, you're looking at $9 times 0.70 or 70%, and there you've got your markup. Take that, add it to the $9, you've got the new price. Easy peasy Japanesey. Easy as sauce or something like that. That's all for today. Shorter lesson. Pretty straightforward. If you got questions, bring them to me. Bring them to class. I'll try to answer them in fewer words.